to meet the road agent and go over where they're
Well,
coming out.
make a separate motion on that and include that in the motion.
Yep.
I think this one here, isn't this Tim? Yeah, Tim Nolan. He's a pretty good guy to deal with. He knows the problems that we have on the roads, and he usually
Yeah.
takes pretty good
He
care.
does all of our town cutting too, doesn't he?
I think so, yeah. No, we've had him in here a couple of times. And
Yeah.
he's done an exceptional job of not damaging our roads.
Right, yeah.
Oh, I didn't need the whole thing, I just needed an agenda.
Well, you got
We got it all, we got it all.
How many trees did you have to
A
cut
lot.
down?
Sorry about that. Thank you.
Computer. There we go.
Do you remember anything about that?
I don't remember.
No.
I don't remember.
We were wondering about, we're
Come,
doing money for them in the warrant article, but yet they want another 500 for a contract.
I'm
Didn't
not
know if that's something you normally do.
so Kelly said it was an annual contract
Yeah.
with them. My understanding was that it was for like the licensing, rabies vax,
Right.
that sort of thing. I can ask Kelly though, the specific on it, before I send them any money.
I guess it could be two separate things, you know, it's. I know, right?
I've always been opposed to warrant articles that donate money,
Yeah,
because I don't think the few people that show up at town meetings should be donating money on behalf of all the taxpayers in Albany.
right.
You wanna donate to those causes, and some of them may be good causes, but I just,
Right.
it's not part of the operating expenses of the town.
Yeah.
And that's the problem I have with the Channel 3 nonsense.
Right.
Channel 3 nonsense.
Yeah.
Well, you're not even here.
I say, oh no, it doesn't bother me slightly.
Well, I think if we're gonna offer Channel 3, if they're gonna offer it for cable subscribers, it should be for however you subscribe it, it should be a streaming service, so.
Let's, talk about that in the meeting, we're gonna talk about that. The contract with Conway Jewish Humane Society, is it in here what you said about the extra money?
Well, no, it's just another warrant article.
It's on the warrant.
So they have a warrant article,
So
it's
this-
totally separate
This is for
from
what
that.
they do for us.
Yeah,
Right.
The warrant article is the people wanting to give them, that's
right,
not up to us, that's up to the
Right.
people.
To help
decide.
support them, yeah.
Right.
yeah, that is for the services they provide with the registrations and the vaccines and all of that.
If we don't do it, then what do we do with the animals?
Right.
Well,
That's,
no, we're
that's
bound
our
by law
part.
to deal with the animals.
Yeah.
I mean, if-
That's our part of it,
Right.
to do that.
Right. Yeah, no, I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah. Just
I just
think about that,
it's-
yeah.
Oh, I'm late by a minute, okay. Okay, right, yeah.
Okay.
Gonna call to order the Albany Selectmen's meeting for February 19th, 2025. Please rise and join in the pledge of allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Approval of the Selectmen's meeting minutes for February 5th, 2025.
Move to approve them as presented.
Second?
All in favor? Aye.
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 Approval of the February 19th, 2025 consent file. Review and sign manifest in the amount of $19,598.84 and $166,000, 327. $166,327.01. Okay.
That makes sense.
This includes an accounts payable and payroll manifest for 2/11/2025 and 2/19/2025. Review, discuss, approve, or deny notice of intent to cut wood or timber, Form PA-7 for USDA FS contract number 188032.
So that's the one that got tabled at the last meeting you guys had that Kelly was in. They don't have a map and lot number. They said they called.
It's on the Forest Service property.
So when they talked to Noah, he said they just needed that USDA number and then the contract number, which they added, and they also added the cross street.
Yeah. Yeah, those are the two, I had left a message for them,
Yeah,
and, those are the two things I think we needed, so.
yeah.
we're good.
I would approve that one separately and put the caveat into the motion to have them check with Curtis before they start their
Yeah.
operation.
They did on that one.
Huh?
Curtis had met with them on the Forest Service cut.
Already?
Yeah, he already met with them on that, the Forest Service did.
Gotcha.
The next one, they haven't, so.
So C is good.
C is good.
Okay. D, review, discuss, approve, or deny a supplemental notice of intent to cut wood or timber from PA-7 24-003-02-T.
So that's one that's already been approved. It's just adding extra to it.
Okay. So we're okay with both of those.
Have they met with Curtis?
When I mentioned it to him, he said no, he didn't know about it, so.
Well, I would approve that with the caveat that they need to meet with Curtis
Meet with Curtis,
regarding
yeah.
the roads.
Is it?
So that's one
So-
they're already in the process of. I mean, they got approved for that months ago. They're just adding a little bit to it. You still
Well,
want
we're getting to spring here, and that's when most of the damage is done to the roads. And
Okay.
I'd certainly want them in contact with Curtis, being the road agent.
Alright.
So I would take that out separately and prove whatever this is here, with the caveat that they need to meet with Curtis before they start any more operations.
E, review, discuss, approve, or deny residential building permit application for map 14 lot 01, 12 Laverian Brook Road, Albany, New Hampshire. F, review and discuss, approve for construction of an individual sewage disposal system for map 9 lot 160, 82 Moulton Drive. G, review, discuss, approve, or deny residential building permit application extension for map 10, lot 19, 253 High Street. So you wanna,
I would take D
Yeah.
and make a motion to approve that, subject to them meeting with Curtis, the road
do you
agent.
wanna make a motion to approve everything but D? And then we'll do a separate motion?
Well, we can do it that way too, if you like.
Yeah,
I'll make a motion to prove everything except D.
I'll second that.
all in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye.
Second motion?
I'd make a motion to approve that, intent to cut, subject to the logger meeting with, Curtis, the road agent.
And that's D, Melissa.
Yeah.
I'll second that.
All in favor? Aye?
Aye.
Okay.
Yeah.
Town administrator report.
So, the MS 636 and the warrant articles are ready for signatures to then be posted and also uploaded to the DRA portal.
So, do we go through each one?
I believe that's what you did
Right?
We've gone through them already.
last time.
meeting,
yeah. So it's all
We
the
just needed
same.
to sign them this time. Right, just sign them this time?
Yeah, they just need to be signed this time. It's everything that Kelly went over.
So it's all
I
set.
already signed it.
Okay.
Nothing else on?
No. I did mention to Rick, Kelly's having some issues with that older laptop. It's not holding a charge. She said it's gonna be plugged in. This morning it was plugged in. She was still having trouble getting it going. She said she was gonna put a call into CCS, see what the easiest option is for it. She just wanted to give you guys a heads up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let us know.
Yeah, she wasn't sure if it needed a battery or.
Sometimes on laptops like that, if she turned around with the computer off and took the battery out and put it back in,
Yeah.
sometimes that straightens out some of those problems.
Yeah.
I don't know, that's the HP, so I'm not familiar with it.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with.
So, within the next 2 weeks, if something goes astray, how are we gonna handle that? If she don't have a computer to.
So she does have her own personal laptop. The issue is not being able to get into the desktop.
Mm-hmm.
So she said a couple things. One, if CCS wanted her to take it to get the battery replaced, she could do that.
Yep.
She also offered that she would let them put that whatever the software is to make it available to do that in her personal
Yeah,
laptop.
no, that-
Okay.
I wouldn't.
No, I don't
go
think
that
she has
route.
to do that. But whether she needs another one or not, I don't know how we do that.
So that's why she was going to call CCS because it is still under contract
Yeah.
on.
Let's see what the results of her
Okay.
calling.
Alright,
And go from there.
I mean,
I'll
we're
keep you guys
through, we're
posted.
through the bulk of
yeah, we'll see
what's gotta be done for town meeting, so,
Okay.
Yeah,
You
the
if we have to get another computer, we'll do it.
Yeah.
annual report was all submitted to Minuteman Press yesterday. We had every single thing we needed, and it's
You got
good
the
to
last
go.
one in finally.
I got all of them in. Yeah, and that wasn't the last
Oh,
one,
was it?
believe it
Oh,
or
okay.
not. Yeah.
Probably one of your biggest things, biggest headaches you got, that takes care of that.
That was a
That's
lot,
good.
yeah, for sure.
And you survived.
And I survived.
I knew you could do it.
Anything going on with the planning board?
One other thing for her,
Go ahead.
Jim had mentioned something about problems with the oil tank out back.
Yeah.
I would ask you to call, was it White Mountain,
Yep.
and have them fill it.
Yeah, they haven't recently, yeah.
They just did. I believe they just did. There's an invoice from them in this week's
Yeah,
checks.
but is that from when, Jim
No,
put
no,
9
I can
gallons
tell you
in?
probably by how much they put in.
Well, I thought that was through Coleman, wasn't what you did through Coleman?
What I did was through Coleman, yes.
So this is a White Mountain
So,
invoice.
yeah, it should be in here, you're saying?
Yeah.
I'll just see how much they put in.
We may be past it, but they know what the problem is having.
Right.
So maybe if they could bump up their delivery,
Just need to keep it full.
at least fill the
Well,
time
we've
being.
got town meeting coming too, so, I mean, it's.
Is it
still
not in
there.
there? Oh, there it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
120 gallons,
Yeah.
plus my 90, yeah, so.
See what they recommend. They know. Tell them.
I did talk to them before. They said they do a mix. They
But
didn't really offer a lot of solutions.
what I'm told is that if we have an issue with that, it's kind of their issue. It's their
Okay.
problem because they're our supplier. They should come out and take care. If we got water in that tank, they should be the ones taking care of it.
Okay.
Oh, good.
And we could mention that we have had water in that tank, so maybe,
Okay.
if
Yeah,
we
I'll
have any
give him
more-
a call
If
tomorrow.
we have any more problems with it, it might be time to replace that tank. I don't know how old it is.
right.
Or at least recommend a solution.
And
Yeah.
we should also maintain it as a full tank, just so rust doesn't build up
Correct,
inside,
yeah.
or condensation. One other
Yeah,
issue, we've got a town meeting coming.
yeah.
None of the doors are shoveled out for any of the exits for the town hall. Have we got anybody that does the, last time I was a selectman, we had somebody that we paid,
I do the front door. This one.
Yeah, I did speak to Noah Coleman about plowing down here and asked, and he said that he would speak to the plower to at least open this door up here.
well, we need to get the other door.
Yeah.
And the reason I'm bringing it up is if we get cold weather,
Yeah.
right now, it's piled this high in front
Yeah.
of the doors, you'll never get them open.
If you want, I can pursue making sure someone comes down.
And also the exit out back,
Yeah,
that needs to be cleared out so that it can be an exit if,
with the,
we got town meeting coming and
yeah, all
if
right,
it freezes, it'll be really hard to do.
yeah,
And I don't know how the chapel committee gets in and out of the chapel, but, something should be cleared out over there too.
right.
Not the front doors, but the,
This door to the chapel itself.
yeah.
I wonder if Randy would do that.
Randy.
No, he started doing that back the last time I was a selectman and he complained
Yeah,
and
he's got a bad.
he said he
back
had a
and-
bad back and all that kind of stuff, and
Okay.
didn't wanna do it anymore, and then we had, Kathy's, son,
Yeah,
Kathy Ryan's son, Jake,
yeah.
he did it for a couple of years and what, but it's something, in the winter time, we probably ought to have if,
I'll try to take care of making sure everything's done for the town meeting.
Well,
And then if we're
home
gonna,
property management.
yeah, to,
I mean, if it's like an on-call, we need it shoveled and they charge us for whatever it
Right.
takes to come and
Right.
do
yeah,
that.
cause we had a situation, remember the year that they canceled town meeting and
Yeah.
all that type of stuff? Leading up to that, we had a similar situation with a lot of snow,
yeah,
they let it freeze,
mhm,
we let
I
it
wouldn't be
freeze.
opposed to that if we could, work with them and on an
Yeah.
on-call, we'd hardly probably ever need them, but if we did,
Right,
yeah,
I mean, I know they do.
I mean, I was down here with a pick and shovel,
right,
literally chopping ice to get the doors open.
yeah,
Whatever the charge would be, I mean,
yeah,
we should broach them about it.
Yeah.
I know they're busy people.
Yeah.
That's,
But we have town meeting coming up in a few weeks.
anything else?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
Might as well insert here. Planning board doing anything?
So I was not at the last planning board meeting, I was out sick, but I do know they had preliminary talk of, building permit and some rearranging of property up off Aviation Drive.
Nothing
Not much.
happened with
Not much more than that, that was just a preliminary talk. They want to, do away with the cul-de-sac that's there and include that in part of one of the parcels. And then turn that Aviation Drive into like a private driveway, which I think it's a right of way. And I thought it had access to other properties out there other than the Reardon Smart properties. I thought Reardon had a piece of property further out that,
That's gonna be a can of worms and it's gonna cost somebody a lot of money to do that.
yeah, so anyways,
I watched the planning board meeting.
did you? Yeah.
And I think, the abutters would have to give up their right of ways in order for them to do that.
Right,
That's gonna be
yeah,
an ordeal.
yeah.
Not all right.
And,
I don't know,
and also, the airport is actually a licensed FAA airport.
Yeah. Yeah. So the airport strip is different than Aviation Drive.
Well, the aviation drive goes up to it, and then the strip goes down.
Yeah, the strip is kind of down off it, and aviation follows up, yeah.
I mean, I know that from my time when I was the town rep on the airport authority over at Freiburg.
Oh,
But that's a private airport that's designated as such.
yeah.
I wanna say it's designated NH-38.
So I think from, you go in aviation and where the airport turns off, that start the,
And I
The
also
driveway from there.
recall, we'd have to check on it, but, I mean, to do away with anything up there, our emergency plan that we do with, what's her name, every 5 years there,
yeah,
I think that airport is a location for emergency landing of helicopters in the event of an emergency. Or forest fires or anything like that, so you know, there'll be a lot involved, I'm sure.
Conservation Commission, nothing going on there. Solid Waste Committee,
Nope, nothing.
Chapel Committee.
they haven't met, but I did speak with, Lillian, the chair, and spoke about what we recommended them doing, maybe on the election day there,
Mm-hmm.
that they have it open and that they man it, so
Yeah.
they're trying to put that together. I would need to see, which I should do
See if they
tonight.
could sell some of those books,
Yeah,
put some of them out on a table, serious.
yeah,
I mean, we used to sell those.
okay,
I know when
yeah,
I
whatever,
first
where
moved
they're
to
allowed to
town,
do, yeah,
was it 14 years ago, I bought a set of those books just to,
okay. Heat, there must be some electric heater or something out there that, on election day, if we're gonna be out walking around through there, should the
there's
heat be on?
electric heat in the place.
Yeah, so I
I
should
don't
turn
know
that
how
on.
good it is, but
Right. Yeah.
don't start a fire in the fireplace, cause
No.
I don't think it
Yeah.
works.
So they like that idea and they're moving forward with that, as long as they can put it together.
I mean, we could probably set them up a place inside the building if they wanna put a table up, and then they could just do guided tours over there.
In the hall
Right.
area? Yeah, so they're in the room, yeah.
You know, that way they don't have to sit over there, and even with
Trees.
electric heat, it's
Right,
probably
it'd be
gonna
cold,
be
yeah.
a little nippy.
Yeah, that'd be good, little table, some books on it for sale, and
Yep.
maybe
Rick,
some
you know?
flyers or whatever,
Oh, I'm sorry.
that's all right.
Do you know if we all have to sign that?
I think we do.
I think I jotted it. Which means,
Cause we're all accessories.
accessories, nota. I'll do the second one, I know that's the second one.
Is that down there? Do we have to sign the other one? Yep.
Okay. Correspondence. Review and discuss and sign the annual agreement for services with the Conway Area Humane Society. I'm going to sign the contract on this day, which is the
19th.
19th?
Yep.
Put 18
Great
and
day to
everything
be
else. I put 18 and everything else. As long as it's early and not late, right? Bunch of lines there, like you said. Okay. Review, discuss, and sign Channel 3 memorandum of understanding of the town of Conway. Haven't heard nothing? Public,
Well, I,
Aye.
like I said during the budget, I oppose that,
yeah.
and I have for many years. I don't think it should be in the operations budget of the town, because it's not a town operation.
Well, now we have a full year to work on it a different way.
Okay.
Okay. Any public comments? We do have not any public, no non-public. Anything else?
I did leave the meeting date blank for the next meeting because I wasn't sure how you guys wanted to do it. I know we were going to go back to the second and fourth Wednesday of the month, and then we went back for January. So where we are right now, if we just stay where we're at, we would be the 5th and the 19th, and then we would also have town meeting on the 11th.
Well, let's do the 5th and the 19th for the month of March, our two
Okay.
meetings. That would be my recommendation, and why don't we leave a meeting on town meeting day to the call of the chair, if there's anything that comes up that has to be agreed or voted on, or
But
approved.
a meeting isn't much though.
Huh?
The meeting isn't much.
I know,
Town
it's on the list.
So
yeah, I
we
just
would-
wasn't sure because if we bounced it back to that second and fourth Wednesday, it would put town meeting on the 11th, which is a Tuesday, selectmen's meeting on the 12th, or the next
Yeah.
day.
See, if you recall in the past, we always skip the Wednesday after town meeting,
Mhm.
because Tuesday's a long day.
Yeah.
But we're kinda out of sync now.
So we're still gonna have our two meetings, but we could add a third if we
March,
felt necessary.
March 5th and the 19th, that takes care of our two meetings, and leave the meeting on the 11th, because we're all here for town meeting, at the call of the chair.
Yeah.
In case anything comes up.
So that's like a should you need to call a
Yeah.
meeting type
Right.
situation?
We
Okay.
just, you'd have to notify,
Yeah.
Alyssa, the day, 24 hours ahead of time to post the meeting.
She's gonna remind
Alright, so next meeting, March 5th.
If, I was gonna try to put some info on our sign, if we have the letters for that.
Yeah.
I can put the town meeting date on there.
So
and-
I believe the
There is
the moderator does that. He did it for the election. He came
Okay.
in.
Doesn't mean he has to.
No.
think
No,
he
I
just-
didn't. I don't know if that's like
But I was
the
gonna try to put
norm
some
or.
other stuff on there, maybe, the BOS meeting dates or something, and try to keep up with it
Good luck.
and use that.
That's
I know.
That's a pain thing.
I know it is.
I used to do that the last time I was a select.
I have to listen to it at home.
Jack Rose wanted.
The sign hasn't been updated.
Jack Rose wanted to get a digital one that you could.
That was a great
It would
idea.
light up
Well,
all day.
that's something that we ought to discuss over the next year and see if it would be worth making a digital sign out there.
I'll do away with the whole sign.
If we want our town to be more involved.
It came in handy
That
during
would be
the
good.
China virus nonsense.
Well, we won't have that again.
Well, you never
We'll
know.
we can talk about it.
So there's all the letters that are in the treasurer's office.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
And sometimes you don't have enough, so.
No.
You have to look at
You have to put tape over them and
Put a 5 for the S.
upside down. W upside down is in.
Yeah.
Move to adjourn.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
All right.